Back in 2018, a Secret Six series was in development for CBS, but after months of no developments and no updates on that project, basically it got canceled and it went nowhere. But now, years later, according to the Vulcan Reporter, who has brought us a lot of reliable news when it comes to Titan Season 3, is bringing us the news now that this project is now back in development, but now it's with a completely different creative team, so it's not really the same project, it's really just a new project about the same team. And for those of you that don't know who the Secret Six is, which is probably most of you, the Secret Six is kind of like your average superhero, supervillain team. It's kind of like a mixture of like the Sinister Six and the Suicide Squad and the Legion of Doom all in one, because you have 6 members here, 6 villains, and they basically go on Suicide Squad type missions. And, you know, that's kind of what they do. So they're kind of like a secondary Suicide Squad, but they don't have bombs in their necks, so they have a bit more freedom, and they're not under the control of Amanda Waller. And there's been multiple versions of this team, but if this series actually ends up coming to fruition, I have a feeling they'd probably adapt the more newer team, which consists of members like Deadshot and Bane, Catman, Cheshire, Scandal Savage, so Ragdoll, if I didn't already mention that. So yeah, it's a really interesting team that's got some really cool DC characters here. Some of them are more obscure than others, but I feel like this series could be really cool. Now, that all depends on where this series would actually be produced, because according to the Vulcan Reporter, we don't know where this series would be released. Whether it would be on CBS like originally was supposed to be, or whether it would be for the CW, or hopefully for HBO Max. If this is an HBO Max series, then this could end up being really cool. If it's for the CW or CBS, then I'd be worried, because also, if you do this for HBO Max, that opens up more opportunities to connect this to stuff, because we know that HBO Max shows we're going to be getting series that are as spin-offs from the movies, like Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad, and Gotham Central or Gotham PD from the Batman. So you could do this as an HBO Max series and connect it to the movies. Then characters in this series, like Deadshot, if you could bring back Will Smith for that, if he's not too busy, then that could be connected to this, and this could also explain why Will Smith's Deadshot is not in the upcoming The Suicide Squad. And also, then this would also be a great way to introduce other DC characters to the DCEU, like Bane, and then set him up to possibly be in a future Suicide Squad movie, or face off against Batman, whether that's Robert Pattinson's Batman, or Michael Keaton, or Ben Affleck. Who knows what's going on with the whole Batman thing, but there's really some cool characters here on this team that, again, would just be really cool to see set in the DCEU. And especially if you do this on an HBO Max level budget, and with it being on a streaming service, it could be a bit darker and more rated R-ish. So I feel like this would be a great idea, and hopefully this does end up happening. And if it does, hopefully it's on HBO Max. If it's anywhere else, then it's probably not going to end up being that good. But we'll have to wait and see. So guys, let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited to be seeing a Secret Six series coming at some point from DC and Warner Brothers TV? So what do you want to see from this series? Do you want to see it on HBO Max? Do you want to see it on the CW? What members do you want to see on the team? And what would you like to see for castings? So thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.